Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We'd like to gather now here in this place so we can begin our service. It's great to see you all today. Here in this place, we come together, feeling the presence of God. Here in this place, one with each other, knowing who we really are. Then we are called to carry our light and shine it all over the world. Here in this place, we find acceptance. Here in this place, we find connection. Here in this place, inside, we find the presence of God. We find the presence of God.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to our vibrant, loving community where we recognize the value of forgiveness in our lives. Unity teaches that forgiveness is giving up the false for the true, seeing ourselves and others as the light of the Christ. My name is Roberta McLaughlin, and I'm very happy to be here with you this morning. If you're joining us on the live stream, please know that you are a part of the wonderful energy in our service this morning. Whether you are new to the community or a long-attending member, thank you for being with us on our positive path for spiritual living. Unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus and the power of prayer. Unity honors the universal truths in all religions and respects each individual's right to choose a spiritual path. Today, we're very happy to have Michelle Coles as our guest speaker. She will be speaking on forgiveness, the key to the future. We're also delighted to welcome to our service Marty and Debbie Kermeen. This power couple has designed and built labyrinths around the world, including the labyrinth at Unity Village. Today, they are presenting our special event, Miracles Along the Path, and Debbie will lead our meditation during service. Please give a warm welcome to Marty and Debbie Kermeen. And now let's stand and sing our celebration song.
There is no holding back. The power in this room right now, rising up as a force of love, so high it can come down. Every soul is a soul on fire, burning bright with the light of life. Open wide, there's no place we can hide. So we sing out, we sing. Sing out, we sing. Spirit, move, our hands and feet. Spirit, move, everything. Spirit, move, in the space between. Spirit, move. Like a river deep and wide, rolling out like a mighty flood. Love's filling every heart and pouring out of us. Feel it breaking down the walls, building everybody up. It's taking over now, there's no way it can stop. Sing out, we sing. 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 Spirit, move. Our hands and feet, Spirit, move. Everything, Spirit, move. In the space between, Spirit, move. Spirit, move. Our hands and feet, Spirit, move. In the space between, Spirit, move. In the everything, Spirit, move. Spirit, move. Spirit, move.
Please remain standing and let's say our church affirmation together. I willingly express the forgiving love of God.
Good morning, my name is Barbara, and the daily word for today is healing. And the affirmation is, my thoughts, words, and action affirm wholeness. Wholeness is my true nature. Even if I am facing a health challenge, divine life is active in every cell of my body. Knowing this truth, I hold healing thoughts and speak life-affirming words, while making sure to give my body the rest, nourishment, and care that will help it heal. I refuse to allow thoughts of sickness or weakness to grow in my consciousness. I seek support among friends and family who share my belief in wholeness. As I have been supported, I offer my support. I feel honored when I'm asked for healing prayer. I look beyond the appearance of illness, and with faith-filled vision, I behold and affirm the wholeness that is seeking to express more completely in the lives of those for whom I pray. The scripture for today is from John chapter 5, verse 6. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been there a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be made well?" Let us repeat the affirmation together. My thoughts, words, and actions affirm wholeness.
And now let's join in singing the Our Father. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us as we forgive others, and leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For the kingdom and the power and the glory are yours forever. Amen.
Now, it is time for affirmative prayer. If you desire, let my words be your words. Breathing deeply, relaxing my body, releasing thoughts of the day, I focus within, where my Christ self resides, and where I am filled with love, strength, and peace. I open my heart and mind to create space for new understandings and new dimensions. I recognize that there is only one power and one presence within me, and all that I see and all that is. That one power and presence is divine love, which never changes. It is not affected by conditions or circumstances. It is in everything and everyone. So in connection with our focus for this month on forgiveness, let us put forth and say, I fully and freely forgive myself and others for any harm that has been knowingly or unknowingly committed. And I forgive myself for my incorrect perceptions, my error thoughts. I forgive every person, place, circumstance, and event which I have allowed to contribute to my distress and disconnection with one power and presence. I choose to demonstrate love. Now let us take a moment to recognize the divine light and truth in all of those individuals for whom we would personally pray, as we say their names silently or aloud. As we continue in prayer, let's join together in sharing our September community prayer, which is on the slide. All together, we open to the spiritual is essential to the unfolding of our spiritual journey. For unforgiveness of ourselves or others, upon finding unforgiveness, we consciously, prayerfully release it. We are grateful for the freedom that forgiving brings, so that we may live with no barrier to the inner source of our being. And we are so grateful. Amen. My name is Ellen Severson. Lori Grimes and I invite you to bring your prayer requests to us in the prayer sanctuary following the service. And if you wish to write your prayer requests, there is a prayer box in back of our hall, or use our website. And you might want to join our 8 a.m. daily prayer call. And that number is in your bulletin. Blessings.
Tiny spark flickering in the night begets a flame, delicate and bright. The flame soon grows, bringing to our sight the gift of fire. spark. I am the flame. The love of God will feed this fire that I claim. The flame will burn, my spirit soar, and I will walk the ways of love forevermore. At times the dark never seems to end. We fear to break if we further bend. And then a light from another hand helps light our way, helps us then to stand. We pass along this sacred flame when what we've lived can help to ease another's pain. Each step we take, each day we live, contains the seed of light that one day we will give. I am the spark, I am the flame. The love of God will feed this fire that I claim. The flame will burn, my spirit soar, and I will walk the ways of love forevermore. The flame will burn, my spirit soar, and I will walk the ways of love forevermore.
Good morning. Happy fall equinox. And thank you all for being here today. This is the time of harvest. It's a time for thanksgiving and joy. It is a time when the trees start to lose their clothing. As we reflect on the blessings that we have harvested from the seeds of love that we have sown. Day and night are now equal in perfect balance, and we give thought to the balance and the flow in our own lives. We have sown, we have grown, and we have gathered. And as we know, love and gratitude are not just high vibrational feelings, but they are essential tools in our own journey of healing and growth. It is true that one of the most potent ways to heal from past hurts and uncertainties with others is to send them love and gratitude. So I think you may have all received one of these heart labyrinths when you came in. And what I'd like to do is lead you through a meditation with your heart labyrinth. So if you have one, if you could please put that on your lap, someplace where you'll be able to follow it with your finger. So with your finger labyrinth in front of you, sit with your spine as straight as possible, and begin to focus on your breathing. There's no need to alter your breathing. Just bring awareness to it. You can allow your eyes to close gently, or you could focus in front of you. Whatever feels comfortable. And now begin to feel your feet connecting with Mother Earth, feeling her support. Feel into the bottom of your feet. And now imagine a bright blue light that is coming straight down from the universe, coming right into your crown chakra, the top of your head. Feel this light filling up your entire body, which is pure, loving, and healing energy. We are a community as we sit here together, breathing and feeling connected. All of us together in this heart space. And now gently bring your hands to your heart. And imagine this energy collecting into a big ball of light in your heart. And now together, let's send that light out into the entire room. Out into the entire city. The entire state. Our beautiful country. And into the entire planet Earth. And when that feels complete, envision all of that love energy coming back slowly into your heart. And if your eyes are closed, you can slowly open them. And then we're going to take our hands and rub them together, creating some energy, some warmth. And now taking your non-dominant hand, you're going to place it right at the entrance to the labyrinth on your lap. And we're going to take a pause right at the entrance. And when you're ready, you're going to begin to move your finger into the labyrinth, and you will have a choice to go left or right. Choose the path that your heart calls. and then continue to walk the path, collecting more love, more light, more healing, until you reach the center heart. And there we can take a pause, give gratitude, feel the love, and then when you're ready, you're going to continue on that path, bringing all of that love, all of that light, and all of that energy back out into the world, into your lives, into your relationships. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands back to your heart. And allow yourself to feel all of that love, all of that light that we have collected together in unity. And so it is. How did that feel? It's a wonderful tool. And I hope you will all take these home with you and enjoy them. You can journal along the path if you wanted to. You could color them, you could decorate them. But it's a wonderful tool to take home and share with others. Thank you.
I don't know why I was walking like I was sneaking. Being real quiet. Ooh, can you turn that one off, please? Thanks. All right. So just give me a moment here. That was very powerful. I am still feeling that sense of connection, that sense of love. We were very blessed with that meditation today. So, because we've had already such a prayerful, wonderful situation, I promise not to take more than 30 minutes. I'm just kidding. To talk about forgiveness. Will you forgive me? All right, so I was looking up kind of famous quotes about forgiveness, and one that came up to me that really grasped my attention was one by a man named Paul Bowes, and he says that forgiveness does not change the past, but it does enlarge the future. Forgiveness does not forget the past, but it does enlarge the future. And so that's what I want to talk about today, how we can enlarge our futures through the power of forgiveness. We all know we need to forgive, right? Right. Thank you. This is an interactive day. There are over 62 verses in the Bible that tell you that you must forgive. But there's nothing in the Bible that says how you're supposed to do it. Or is there? Because what I know about forgiveness for me is that it always brings me back to a state of connection and to a state of love. I've had many things that I've done that I've wanted forgiveness for. I've done things in my life that I don't think I need forgiveness for. I know that there are things in the world that happen that just seem unforgivable. And yet, Jesus tells us to forgive. The Buddha tells us to forgive. Almost every religion has a forgiveness practice that they do. So, why did they make forgiveness so hard? I mean, I want to forgive, but you always have those thoughts in your head, right? The memories of whatever happened and the stories that you tell yourself. The stories that you make up and enlarge how that impacted you. Because we all know that we have the power to change our thoughts, right? So even though we might be thinking about things that have happened to us in the past or things that have felt wrong to us in the past, we're not saying that you don't acknowledge those. I'm saying that that's exactly what you need to do. You need to acknowledge that pain. You need to acknowledge that hurt that you've encountered. And you need to reconcile with it in some way. I think it's in the Jewish faith, if I remember correctly, that says that they can only forgive for the things that have impacted them directly. So if they have a family member that is murdered or something really awful has happened, they cannot forgive the murderer. But what they can forgive is the feelings of grief, the feelings of anguish that are going through their own body, and they can forgive the person for that. And I like that idea, but I'd like to take it one step further, because I think that Jesus taught us that too, that we need to forgive as many times as necessary until we can feel some kind of peace within ourselves. I think it's in the book of Matthew. I'm thinking a lot today. I'm thinking in the book of Matthew that Peter asks, how many times should we forgive? And Jesus says 70 times 7. And in the Bible, that means as long as it takes. It's a process. So even Jesus knew that it was a process, and it's not something that's easy to do. But we do have the power to change those thoughts. And we have the power to be willing to make amends to yourself or to others. That, to me, is the power of will, the power to choose, the power of decision. So I feel like forgiveness is part of that when you know that it's the right thing to do, but you can't do it. There's still something that needs to happen. There's still something that you need to work on within yourself. I know I've mentioned this many times before. I liked the Hawaiian prayer of Ho'oponopono, which is, I love you, please forgive me, thank you. I'm missing one. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. sorry. Or as they say in Canada, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you, in one of those orders. And whatever order you do it in, the practice isn't to remove the other person or the other that situation from your life. It's to soften the memory and to soften your heart so that it doesn't bother you in the same way. Because we know that each one of us is a divine spark of Christ, right? I mean, that's what we say here in Unity. So if each of us has God within us, and God is pure love, how can we do anything but forgive? It seems to me that there is a way to do it. There are lots of different practices. I think Colin Tipping has a book out called Radical Forgiveness, and he has a whole process that you can do to release forgiveness. And he calls it radical forgiveness because it's forgiving so much that all you see is the love. There are tapping exercises that you can do. There are neuro-linguistic programming. There's all kinds of different practices. Journaling to release whatever it is. But we need to find what works for each of us as an individual. Because I know that there are times when I think that somebody has done something so unforgivable that I can't forgive them, that I am angry, I am enraged, I am stuck in that space. And God gave us all these emotions to feel, and they're supposed to be there to help protect us and to help us move through the world. So I'm not saying that you're not allowed to be angry, that you're not allowed to feel sad, that you're not allowed to feel any of these emotions. What I suggest, though, is that you don't stay stuck there. And so having a practice for yourself of forgiveness, in whatever form that works for you, is probably the best gift you can give to yourself. And Debbie and Marty have given us a gift of their Labyrinth workshop today. I know that that walking the labyrinth for me is one way that I can clear some of those thoughts in my head and that I can move through them and release anything that I can let go of, or that I need to let go of. I also know that I have to remember the difference between the facts of the situation and the story that I'm creating around those facts. So I can say, I know I did something wrong, but I don't have to say it, well, gosh, I was so stupid. I can't believe that I did that. You know what I'm saying? We're hard on ourselves. We're hard on the other person. But when we're in that state, we are impacting ourselves more. But we also know that every time we impact ourselves, we're impacting the rest of us, right? Because we're all connected. So it does a disservice if we don't try to forgive, at least be willing to try. Psychologists say that forgiveness is defined as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward a person or group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they actually deserve it or not. And I thought that was a really good definition, because that's another thing that's stuck in my head about forgiveness. Well, they don't deserve forgiveness. They did something really awful. How can we forgive them? But what I want to remind you is that when you aren't forgiving of those things that happened in your life, you are tethered to that memory. You're tethered to that situation. And you're dragging it with you everywhere you go, and it's not fun. But when you learn to really forgive, to go back to that state of love, you're able to cut those ropes, cut those ties. You know that it still happened, but it no longer creates that energy in you that brings you down. You can tell the story without it impacting you. And for some people, that might take a lifetime, because it takes as long as it takes, right? But my recommendation would be to continue to do that. I know that I have been working on, I have one story that I want to tell you, and then I promise I'll be done. I have one story that I know I've told you before, but for those of you that don't know me or haven't seen me, I had a coworker that was a real jerk. He was just so mean and always negative and just like always like bullying, and like it was just awful. Well, I started practicing the Ho'oponopono, so I was doing this prayer, and I said it every day, all day. I was at work, outside of work. I sent love in my heart to that person. And one day he comes in and he's like, I'm sorry I'm such a jerk, but I really need your help. I'm like, oh, okay. And I continue to do this practice, this forgiveness practice. And it's not just forgiving him, but it's forgiving the part of me that has responsibility for how that behavior occurred. And I continue to do that practice. And one day he comes up and he's like, you are so amazing. You're always able to help me with everything that I need to do, and you're my go-to person. I just really appreciate you. And he was, from that point on, really nice. Now, eventually he moved on to another department, and I didn't have to work with him at all, but I don't know if he changed or if I changed, to be honest with you. I think yes, right, we both changed. So I guess that's my point. Change your mind and return to love. Remember that feeling that we just had with the meditation about sending out love and returning it back. Even if it's somebody that you think you cannot love, try. Be willing to try. And know that doing so will help you create an abundant future of hope, of happiness, and of compassion. Thank you.
I've seen you struggle, I've seen you stumble and get back up again. I've seen you worry, and I've seen the courage that shines in you, my friend. You inspire me, and I can't help but see. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful you are. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful you are. When I'm losing hope at the end of my rope, I find strength in your eyes. 'Cause you've walked alone on the darkest of roads, and your spirit still shines. You inspire me to live courageously. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful you are. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful you are. What a lucky soul am I, just to have you in my life. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful you are. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful you are. How beautiful you are.
Thank you, Elise, for your lovely music, Michelle, for your inspiring talk, and to Debbie for a beautiful meditation. Throughout our service this morning, we have raised our consciousness into the knowing that as we forgive, we return to our original relationship with God. We live in the flow of all good things, becoming generous with ourselves and others. We then give from our Christ self to this place where we are inspired by our unity teachings. God is the source, but you are the channel that sustains Unity Spiritual Center. If you're sharing your gift in service, please hold it in your hands. If you are donating another way, please hold your gift in your heart. Please bless your offering as we affirm together. I live expectantly, gratefully, abundantly. Remember to stand as the offering basket comes by you.
We're singing Daniel's song, Love is My Decision. Okay. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now.
Please be seated. As we bless these gifts and prayers, we recognize God as our source. We see each giver as a channel through which God's good flows. we are moved to right action, and we are grateful. Amen. Standing firm in our faith, let us share the affirmation for our new minister. Together, with open minds and hearts, centered in God's love, empowered in the truth that we are one in spirit, we are grateful for our new minister, Reverend Richard Held. We are open and receptive to new thoughts, new ideas, new teachings, and the feelings that come with them. Trusting in divine order, we continue to raise our consciousness in alignment with Source. And we say, thank you, God. As a spiritual practice of tithing, Unity Spiritual Center gives a portion of our offering to several organizations, including one we select each month. This month, we are giving 2% of our offering to Trials for Hope. This nonprofit brings hope in the form of food, personal care items, and warmth to unhoused people in the Cleveland area. This week, our Sunday shout-out is recognizing all those who planned and created today's Labyrinth event. This team, or shall we say this village, has prepared for months to offer this celebration and meaningful experience for your enrichment. Will Jan Casey Lieber and Tina Thonings please stand and remain standing as we say the names for our Unity blessing? Michelle Coles, Mary Jo Allen, Roberta McLaughlin, Terry Brewer, Susan Armstrong, Lori Grimes, Karen Kasmer, Janice Bain, Catherine Mangan, Mary Maurer, Johanna Vine, Marilyn Velkerding, Sue Zagula, John McFarland, Shirley McFarland, Rosemary Dorian, Patty Mayer, and Joanne Gerhart, Mike Greco, Mary McNeil, Sarah Schlegel, Youth and Family, Jim Larson, Diane Spence, and Tom Spence. Whew. Let us bless them. Friends, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, we behold the Christ in you. Now you may be seated. We hope that our time together today has inspired you to recognize that forgiveness transforms and raises your consciousness so that you become more aware of the great being that you are. USC offers many ways to practice these principles and deepen our connection with God and each other. Our fall program begins at next week's service. Sign-ups for small groups will continue until 1 o'clock next Sunday. If you'd like to register for a group or purchase a book, please see Kim Buhner. Today, you will find her in the minister's office. And next week is the last week you can register for a group. Take a look at our website and you'll see that there are ways throughout the week to expand your awareness, connect with others in our community, and have fun. We're so glad you came this morning. If you're here in person, please join us in the community room for our Labyrinth celebration lunch. For those who are here for the first time and would like more information about us, please take a welcome bag from the foyer. To kick off our fall program next Sunday, our guest speaker will be the author of our book, Linda Martella Whitsett. She'll be on video next week, but she will be here in person to end the program on November 2nd and 3rd. Look for some special events that weekend. And now please stand as we sing our closing songs, then go and be the light.